Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to this episode of the Forward Thinkers Talk series. My name is Dr. Ivo Pizzuto. I'm a professor of global economics and competitiveness at ISM Paris and the founder of Ivo Pizzuto Forward Thinking Lab. I'm very pleased, I'm very thrilled to have here today in this episode um, distinguished marketing professional and B2B marketing expert, Greta Orsi, to help us understand the link in this special moment for technological innovation between AI, technology, digital transformation, and of course, marketing. In this space, generally we invite prominent and emerging entrepreneurs, company leaders, forward thinkers to share their thought-provoking ideas, expertise on business, economics, innovation, entrepreneurship, marketing, like today, and other topics. So today we are very, very thrilled, very pleased to have here Greta for this exciting speech, and I'm sure she will bring a great wealth of knowledge and experience to our discussion today. So welcome, Greta. Welcome to the episode.
Thanks a lot, Ivo. And I actually have to say that I'm thrilled as well for this incredible opportunity. So thanks a lot for inviting me. And it's a true honor for me to be here.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, everyone, of course.
It's wonderful to have you here and to have such an expert and interesting professional. So Microsoft. Well, you know, we don't need to say much about the brand, the company. It's a well-known global giant, global leader. So, of course, it's not necessarily an introduction for the company, but perhaps it might be interesting just to say a couple of words to introduce about the latest developments. Microsoft, as we all know, is a leading giant in the tech industry and has recently achieved a significant milestone, reaching a $3 trillion market capitalization. As we all know, recently there was this $3 trillion market capitalization for the first time. And this remarkable achievement can be attributed in part also to the bold and strategic investments that the company is undertaking in the artificial intelligence space. So really great achievement. Now, in particular, under the leadership of the CEO, Satya Nadella, Microsoft has invested recently important funds, over 11 billion in OpenAI, so important company for artificial intelligence, as we know, is the organization behind ChatGPT. And additionally, the company has strengthened its AI capabilities by hiring Mustafa Saliman, the co-founder of Google DeepMind, which now is who's aiding now the new AI division at Microsoft. So all these strategic moves tell us that Microsoft commitment to innovation is always very important and define its prominent position in this rapidly evolving AI landscape. So great moment, Greta, to discuss about AI and to discuss about all these transformational technologies and the impact of AI in marketing, because Microsoft is really in a moment of great leadership, a great transformation and leadership in this area. So in particular, as I said, Greta, we will dive in a little bit on the cutting edge power that it's redefining the future of marketing through AI and driving effectiveness, creativity, and growth. So this is very good, and we would like to start by asking something about you. However, before we start, so Greta, tell us something about your background. Could you tell us something about yourself, your background, uh, the journey that led you to become the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Microsoft Italy? How did it all start? How did you get to this uh, great and exciting position? Tell us something about you. We are very curious. I'm sure the viewers would be very curious to know more about yourself before talking about AI, generative AI, and marketing.
Sure, of course. So let me try to summarize, even though my journey started 14 years ago. And so after graduation in international management, I joined Microsoft, as I said, 14 years ago, through an international program for new hires. And actually, this program was instrumental in giving me a strong foundation and exposure to various facets of the business. Over the years, I've held multiple roles, both in marketing and actually also business development, and each role provided a unique perspective, helping me understand the market from different angles. So just moving from one role to another one helped me doing this. I have to say that even when I was in sales role, as I have always been very passionate about marketing, I stretched to actively contribute to marketing projects and continuously develop my skills. This diverse experience was crucial in shaping my strategic vision and approach. And my last role before becoming the CMO for Microsoft was being a marketing advisor for Italian's main partners. And in that role, I collaborated closely with them to develop joint go-to-market strategies and activities. And this really helped me understand the Italian B2B market and how I could even provide more impact in this. However, despite I really enjoyed this role, I realized that I wanted to have a more direct impact on the market, on the Italian market, and a comprehensive view of it. So when the same position opened up, I seized the opportunity. I was driven by a strong belief that I could excel in this role, despite, of course, the initial fears and challenges that I had. And I think that this passion for marketing and confidence I could do a good job were recognized by those making the decision. So that's why I'm here since almost 2 years.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. That's really very, very great. I appreciate that description, that story. It's really beautiful. And well, it's nice, first of all, to see a woman in such a leadership position, which tells a lot about the culture of the organization. Also, the talent, the um, advancement and the learning, and also to me, at least from what you hear, from what I hear, is the hands-on experience in marketing, sales, business development. That's really an excellent background for a bridge, creating a bridge between sales and marketing. We know that many companies have always challenges sometimes in connecting sales and marketing and making sure that you actually deliver the strategy and you work together in collaboration with these two areas, and that's critical, in many ways. So the fact that you have both experience, business development, marketing, sales, and you really work very closely with partners, and that's really top. Really, that's great. That shows that you have a lot of hands-on experience, both in marketing but also in understanding the customers and the market. Wonderful. Thank you very much. That's really very good. One of the things that I was very impressed when we talked last time was the term, the concept of growth mindset. Growth mindset, which is a term that defines Microsoft culture, vision, values of the past decades, or at least since CEO Satya Nadella took over the relationship of CEO. And in that sense, that's really quite powerful, because this growth mindset really led Microsoft to be what it is today under the leadership of CEO Satya Nadella. So, Greta, could you delve a little bit into the practical aspects of what Microsoft growth mindset is all about. How does this philosophy of management and leadership empower your team to drive growth innovation while maintaining a clear focus on accountability, responsibility, development, fostering collaborative teamworks, and high ethical standards?
So this is a good one, and I really like to answer also because in this 14 year, I really lived this cultural challenge. And I can say that Microsoft growth mindset is all about embracing challenges, learning from feedback, and also continuously improving. But practically, this means creating an environment, where every team member feels empowered. This is a word that I like. To take risks and innovate without fear of failure. And I think that without fear of failure is a crucial part of it, as we are encouraged to experiment and take risks, and we see challenges as an opportunity to growth. For growth. So this means that it's safe to fail as long as we learn from those experiences. And trust me, this is a huge cultural change. This philosophy drives, of course, innovation, as we are more likely to experiment and therefore to develop creative solutions. And also responsibility is a key in our growth mindset, as we are not just focused on achieving results, which are of course important, but also mindful of the broader impact of our work. And this includes considering also ethical implications and maintaining a commitment to sustainable practices. While about collaboration, that is something that I also have to mention, we promote cross-functional teamwork, ensuring that diverse perspectives are brought together to solve complex problems, which with inclusivity and also mutual respect, and making sure that every voice is not only heard but also valued. And I think that this is great, isn't it?
Yeah, wonderful. I was just amazed about this. Really, you really nailed it. Huh? It's really impressive. It's really impressive. It's exactly what I thought growth mindset meant, but to hear it from you this way with this passion was really, uh, you know, quite impressive. Just if I can add something, I just recalled this morning that I actually learned about the growth mindset a few years ago when I was teaching organizational management leadership courses, and I just remember that recall that when CEO Satya Nadella took over the responsibility, actually he adopted, he embraced this philosophy, this idea on, if I remember correctly, three important pillars back then, from what I read, which were customer obsession, inclusiveness, and ensuring everybody feels free to express and not to fear, as you correctly said.
That's correct.
And the third one would be to break down the silos within the organizations and to work more collaborative with the one Microsoft model, cultural shift. So those were the three pillars that I remember, and the adoption of this learning approach, continuous learning approach, which rewards perseverance, endurance, resilience, progress. Not today for today, but you can do better tomorrow. And that reminds me that that drives more confidence and more optimism and collaboration, reduces the fear that discourage experimentation. People are afraid to try, because I'm going to be blamed, I'm going to be responsible something, the blame game, who's fault this, this blame game type of things that discourage people from being open, trusting, collaborative, inclusive. So removing that fear and removing the silence that creates that one Microsoft culture. And I remember that in the book that I read, there was a point in which it says that the CEO wife gave him a book when he took over the responsibility from this Stanford University psychologist, Carol Dweck. And the book was entitled Mindset, the New Psychology of Success, which Satya Nadella read and appreciated so much, to the point that the reading I had done in those years said he wanted to adopt these things. And it turned out to be, so moving away from the fixed mindset and moving to the growth mindset, we actually delivered this authentic leadership and enable the company to change mindset, in the sense that most people think that technology alone does the change, turn into a successful company. But in reality, it's the change in mindset that drives openness, experimentation, and that experimentation drives innovation. So innovation comes from that mindset and not vice versa. So, well, yeah, this is a turning point. And thank you very much for confirming the growth mindset idea I had in mind, and to stressing the concept of empowerment and teamwork. That's really great. So thank you very much. I just wanted to add something more, because I remember some of the stuff that I read back then when I read the book from Carol Dweck. Okay, so moving forward, Greta, you mentioned something great about this inclusive culture and purpose. And I'm just wondering, how is this culture that you have at Microsoft enhancing diversity, inclusion through accessibility, inclusive design? And do you think that the AI technological innovation will further improve accessibility, inclusion, diversity in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe AI-based technological innovations have tremendous potential to enhance accessibility, inclusion, and diversity, which of course are fundamental pillars of this new culture and of this new growth mindset. And we are deeply committed to this principle. So also our approach to AI reflects this commitment. Actually, AI can help break down barriers for people with disabilities that you mentioned, providing tools that make technology more accessible. While, for example, in terms of diversity and inclusion, just think about the Microsoft Translator, which is a simple example, let me say, to understand, that breaks language barriers, fostering better communication and understanding. And moreover, AI can analyze vast amounts of data to identify and mitigate biases, which is very important. And by leveraging it, we can create more inclusive products and services that serve a wider range of needs and preferences. Let me say that in marketing, this means using AI to enhance customer experiences without compromising their trust. Last but not least, we also prioritize continuous education and training for our teams on ethical AI practices, ensuring that our innovation is guided by these core values. So by embedding, let me say, these principles into our AI initiatives, we aim to foster a future where technology empowers everyone, as our mission said, respects diversity, and also promotes inclusion. This is really of paramount importance for us and for our company, for our culture, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you couldn't have said it better. So that was really, really very, very, very clear. Great. That's really, yeah, because responsible AI in marketing and other areas, ethical aspects, the GDPR, the AI Act, that's, all these things about management of data and algorithms. And by the way, it looks very interesting what you just mentioned, AI for reducing bias. So that's very important, because we forget the fact that sometimes we're afraid of AI because we say, oh my God, AI is going to be so challenging and risky. And, of course, in everything, there is always depends. It's not the AI the problem. The problem is the people, how they use it. But as any tool, but the concept is. Of course, people have to be concerned about things, like cybersecurity, things about manipulation of data, but that applies to any activity. What's really important, I appreciate, is the fact you said bias, the fact that we human beings make biased decisions. So the fact that the AI can help reduce bias, because we always think that human beings don't make mistakes, don't have bias, don't do free, and the machine is bad and and dangerous. In reality, we human beings make a lot of mistakes, and so we have to understand that perhaps AI, if we use it in the proper way, can actually enable even better practice. Of course, the good and the bad depends also on how we use the tools. That applies to anything. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm very pleased that you are saying that. And let's talk about benefits, achievements. What are the major benefits that AI and Gen AI, generative AI, do you think can bring to business and marketing in particular? Now, we hear a lot of things about growth, productivity improvements, cost savings, operational efficiency, enhanced customer experience, faster decision making, and improvements. I've read many articles that say statistics that say, oh, we've had 20, 30, even up to 40% improvement in productivity in certain areas, maybe, customer service or whatever, and you hear, a lot of studies from marketers on this kind of statistics. Now, what do you think are the major benefits for generative AI for marketing, and what could be the most interesting ones for marketers? What do you think? What you hear talking with companies about where are the major benefits that companies can bring to the table?
So let me say that AI and generative AI, as you mentioned, are really revolutionizing business and also marketing practices. So this is my field, offering numerous benefits across various aspects of operation. But it's better for me to provide you with some examples. So for example, AI significantly boosts productivity and efficiency by automating routine tasks that cost a lot of time to employees and also enhancing decision making. This allows us as employees to focus on really strategic activities while AI quickly processes large amounts of data for us, providing accurate insights for better decisions. So time saving while being, let me say, more efficient. In terms of cost savings, AI streamlines processes, reducing operational costs and also improving ROI through more targeted marketing efforts. So we really managed to be more targeting in our campaigns and in all our marketing efforts that we bring to the market. It also enables personalized interactions with an impact on customer experience and on customer satisfaction as well. And another example is that as artificial intelligence analyzes vast data sets, it uncovers also patterns and trends that maybe we are not able to identify on our own. Those offering deeper understanding of customer behavior and also market dynamics, as we are in a very dynamic market environment. Just another example, generative AI drives innovation by creating new content, new design, and also supporting in ideas. So fostering a culture of creativity and continuous improvement.
Absolutely. Well, that's really great. I was thinking about this stuff, productivity, cost savings, efficiency, enhancing customer experience, consumer insight, but also picking up the latest trends and generating new customer personas. But yeah, that's really amazing how many things you can do with AI. And so your company is building Gen AI capabilities, training workforce, fostering this culture within and outside the company, and using it for building segmentation, targeting, content, all this stuff. And yeah, that's so. Which um, I was wondering how do you see AI in, and Gen AI impacting, in particular, the creative aspects of marketing? AI and creativity. Where do you see this being used? You talked about content. Where do you see this having the best impact about creating, developing? We've seen a lot of applications in communication, marketing, creativity, advertising, and all that kind of stuff in communication. Yeah.
So let me use here the words of our chairman and CEO, Satya Nadella. He said that this new generation of AI will remove the drudgery of work and unleash creativity. And we really recognize the overwhelming stream of data, emails, meetings, and notifications that negatively affect our productivity. So let's try to be honest. This is something that negatively affects this. And all these tasks also consume valuable time that could be spent on being more creative and on innovative tasks, which are crucial for the success of marketing, as you know better than me. And AI transformative power really lies in its ability to manage routine tasks, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. So, Ivo, let me integrate with some data that we recently received. According to our Microsoft Work Trend Index, over half of the workers in creative roles are already using AI for research, data analysis, content creation, design, and even creative work. So this means that they are really starting to adopting AI and also recognizing the benefits that it can provide. And it enhances creativity by generating ideas, aiding teamwork, and providing insights. Just think about how it can support with content creation, with producing high quality articles, this is something that I very often use, suggesting social media posts with related hashtags, for example, and even in proposing visual elements. This is also another thing that I use a lot. And also data confirms that 87% of creative professionals are familiar with AI and feel comfortable using this to stimulate creativity. What I think is actually very important to finally answer to your question is to understand that generative AI is not meant to replace human creativity, but to augment and empower it. So by combining human intelligence, which remains fundamental for marketing activity, but for any professionals, with AI capabilities, I think that marketing can produce more engaging, relevant, and innovative solutions, meeting the evolving needs of our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to confirm that I also, Greta, I also use daily AI, generative AI for my, research activity, for writing posts and, getting more effective type of.
Once you try, you never.
Yeah, and it's you start experimenting as you said, and by trial, by testing and trial, you learn a lot of stuff, and you can go very simple things like you say, summarize data, drafting documents, all the way to analyze customer sentiment and trends and feedback, or defining what metrics should you consider to optimize effectiveness of an ad campaign, or understanding how to identify the most engaging segments of your audience based on the campaign data, or other elements to determine, the sentiment, the analysis, and the of the data, depending on the quality of the data that you can use to. And also, yeah, something that's very important. We don't generally say that, especially because most of the people, especially private users rather than companies. They tend to use AI more like, accessing the application and the data, whereas companies perhaps can use it with plugins, with incorporating, also integrating their company data into the AI models. In that sense, there is much more powerful data that you can use that's combining your data with the data of the Gen AI application and cloud computing. So that's very incredible. So AI also, we said, it's very important in many activities, in particular in marketing. Segmentation, dynamic segmentation, content personalization at scale, especially for email marketing, social media marketing, e-commerce, market automation. So I wanted to ask you regarding this aspect. So how is Gen AI, at least from your experience, improving marketing effectiveness in terms of dynamic segmentation, content personalization? Let me tell you this thing, Greta, when we teach segmentation, strategic marketing, segmentation, targeting, position in marketing courses in master's degree, in my case, since 20 years, we've always had, the typical things they teach in marketing, geographic, demographic, psychographic, horizon, all the behavioral. And we think of segmentation like once in a while you do that. In reality, AI and the new technology revolutionize even marketing research, in the sense that if you have data that's uploaded and constantly updated by your customers, by the market, you can actually have a dynamic segmentation, and you can personalize. Generally, you don't have to say, oh my God, now I have a segment. In this case, personalization means you can actually personalize the targeting, the offer, the recommendation, customer by customer, which was a dream in the old days. Today, you can actually create those fantastic personalization that back then was impossible. So let me ask you this: how do you experience this dynamic segmentation, content personalization at scale, and what is the actual impact and the use case of this type of innovation?
So this is something which is being used by a lot of our customers and a lot of companies. Just let me provide some example. For example, in many retail clients, AI is using real-time behavior analysis to dynamically segment visitors. So dynamically exactly means which is not something static, but which is something that keeps on making analysis. And so this leads to precise targeting and increased conversion. We know that these are really fundamental for every marketeers. Or for example, some e-commerce firms are leveraging generative AI for personalized product recommendations, boosting, in this case, the click-through rates and also satisfaction scores. So we have actually a lot of use cases where artificial intelligence is being integrated into our companies. But let me just provide some examples of how I use artificial intelligence. So, for example, I use it a lot to suggest, as I mentioned before, social media posting. I make a lot of events, and this is supporting me write better invitations, very targeted to the audience that I am addressing. A fantastic thing that is doing for myself is, for example, summarizing meetings that I couldn't attend. I use it a lot for analyzing huge set of data, and how much time we as marketers usually spend on analyzing data. Well, now I ask artificial intelligence to analyze them for me, and I really concentrate on getting insights out of this data. And something that I really make a good use of, is translated, for example, standard copies that I receive from Microsoft Corporation, and this helps me save a lot of time. So just imagine how many things I can receive in English that I have to localize for my Italian market. And I also use it to create campaigns, campaign visuals. Actually, Ivo, I can provide so many examples on how I integrated AI in my daily working routine that these interviews should last hours and hours indeed.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, that's really great. Thank you very much for these incredible examples. In particular, because of your expertise and leadership role in the B2B marketing practices, I was wondering how does AI really help you in lead identification, lead qualification, lead scoring, and other things. You mentioned many things, about data and consumer insight and helping you with the data you receive and the analysis, whatever. But do you have a use in particular of AI is helping you on the lead management, the lead scoring, lead identification, and also in terms of we generally think of AI like optimizing productivity, but we also say AI can be good for not just analyzing patterns and recommending or content, but also in the most advanced, of some of the more advanced areas of AI, there is the predictive role, predictive scores. How is the client going to respond? How is going to, which campaign is going to be more, which will resonate better with the audience and drive more engagement and more conversion, things like that, enhancing the customer engagement, retention, and loyalty, whatever. So there are a number of things that I imagine you can use in the lead management and also in predictive scores to really enhance, improve the chance, the opportunity, the success of some of the actions for the specific target audience or for each specific customer.
So this topic is, of course, very close to me, as in my daily marketing routine, AI is segmenting audiences in real time based on the current behaviors and interactions and also preferences, ensuring these ways personalized and targeting messages. So, for example, for each of our customers, we exactly know what content they interacted with, which event they attended, which trial they activated, and through a scoring mechanism. So here we are talking about prediction, as you mentioned, through a scoring mechanism provided by machine learning, which is artificial intelligence, as a matter of fact, we are able to understand how much a customer is engaged with with our marketing activities, how to further nurture him, and also his propensity to buy. And of course, knowing this information is gold for me, because I'm able to generate tailored messages, emails, and ads that resonate with individual preferences, driving this way higher engagement and conversion rates. And this really means not doing push marketing, but really doing pull marketing. So I gather information and I give you exactly what you want, when you want, and where you want this type of content or engagement. So this is really a big changes with which is helping us. And for us marketeers, this saves a lot of time, which can be used to concentrate on more creating and valuable things, but it also really improves overall campaign effectiveness and performance. So this is something that I'm really touching with my hands.
Yeah, so thank you. That's very insightful. So there's a lot of data-driven approaches, real-time initiatives, and that allows campaign improve campaign effectiveness, personalized content, customer engagement, and improved customer experience, but also helping optimize marketing strategies through automation, improving the conversion rate. And in particular, I think, do you see value in the multimodal capabilities? Is this a game changer? In other words, text, image, video, audio, code, 3D, all these multimodal things, are they creating real, chatbots and everything? Are they really working together to give empowering a lot more productivity, but also a lot more creativity and experimentation?
Yeah, this is providing really a huge contribution to this multimodal, let me say, way of creating touch points for our customers. And there are also other AI-driven initiatives that yield the best performance, such as personalized content. So we already mentioned this a lot of times. Or for example, targeted events, but also organic campaigns. So AI is really supporting in creating comprehensive and engaging campaigns, generating compelling customer stories, for example, because we know what is relevant to other customers, and also driving digital activities like social media boosting, but also paid media campaigns. And this is also impacting a lot of key metrics that we usually use to measure the success of our initiatives. In my case, for example, what I tend to measure when I have to say if a campaign is let me say successful or not is, for example, the engagement rates, the cost per attendee in case of events, the new acquired contacts, and the targeted account I've been able to engage with. So these are all key, let me say, performance metrics, which are really important to us. And thanks to the artificial intelligence, we are really measure not only we are always able not only to measure them, but also to influence them.
Absolutely, yeah, that's always a big thing. What's the right measure, the right KPI for the success of a campaign? Lead generation, engagement rates, conversion rates, improved ROI, return on ad spend, optimized content, and call to action, all this kind of stuff related to satisfaction, loyalty, and retention. Yeah, those are big ones. But I imagine that as a B2B marketing expert, you also use a lot these things, as you mentioned, for better impact of events, which is a big thing, of course, in the B2B area. But as you mentioned, but also, I don't know how much you use that also for boosting you and your teams, the other teams in the company, things like search engine marketing initiative or search engine optimization, stuff like that.
We are not using it specifically in Italy because these are activities which are usually led by our Microsoft corporation, because they require huge investments and so on. Yeah. So we have a dedicated team using this kind of tactics and therefore benefit from artificial intelligence also for this. But of course, they are using it a lot.
A lot, yeah. I was reading in the last few weeks something about all the amazing, huge, very impressive initiatives that Microsoft is undertaking globally, and in particular in Italy. Actually, the other day I was reading an interesting article saying that your vice chairman, Brad Smith, recently mentioned that the AI technology will make Italians even more creative and productive. So he actually mentioned Italy in his recent speech, that he thinks that in particular, because Italians are so creative, that will make Italians even more creative and productive, which brings me to the next question, that is how Microsoft Italy is helping the country evolve with AI and to leverage on its transformative power. So I know that I've heard about Microsoft AI Lab, LAB, for Italy, and other initiatives you guys have been undertaking. So this is interesting. And what's your take about the level of readiness of Italian firms about AI and Gen AI? How are they moving in adopting to be early adopters on this thing, especially, the small and medium size? I mean, the large ones, I would imagine, but small and medium size, how much are they embracing and becoming early adopters of this stuff? And what is Microsoft doing now for Italy? What is intention with this AI lab?
So as you can imagine, we have a huge responsibility for our country. And so Microsoft Italy is playing a pivotal role in advancing the country's capabilities with AI through the initiative that you already mentioned, which is the AI Lab, where LAB stands for Learn, Adopt, and Benefit from. Sorry. We launched this program last year in September, and now this is something which is being adopted by many other countries in Europe. So we have also been creative also in this way, and so some other are, let me say, following our example. There's a huge need to provide readiness on AI, but especially on responsible AI into Italian companies, and not only. And this is why we created this initiative. I have to say that, of course, we have to scale, and therefore we are not alone in this effort. But we are supported by our partner ecosystem that with us is creating a customized program for businesses, public administration, but also professionals and students, aimed at maximizing the positive impact of new technologies in a responsible way, as I mentioned, and supporting the adoption of generative AI. In Italy, but also abroad, actually, companies have some common challenges in AI integration into their, let me say, businesses, like, for example, data privacy concerns, lack of skilled AI talent, but also the complexity of integrating in general AI with existing systems. And so probably in this way, we can support companies, but they can also invest sometimes to overcome this by, for example, prioritizing data ethics, investing in AI training programs, and, for example, benefit from programs like the one that we launch on the market, but also partnering with AI experts to support implementation and integration into their business.
Absolutely, yeah. That anticipates a little bit what I was about to ask you. Also, that is, if you put yourself in the shoes of your, your client, or the companies, that the average company that now is thinking about implementing AI in their, not to the famous FOMO, fear of missing out, trying to be an early adopter and trying to, to really be engaged, to be very proactive about it. What should they do? How would they build their AI roadmap and action plan to really incorporate this into their business operation, the business model? Because I read a lot of stuff like, identify the most impactful use cases, establish a robust governance and control measures, do the right upskilling and training of the workforce, manage the risk and things. Also, scale up the thing, automate time-consuming and tedious tasks, as we said before, also because they may be prone to human error, or reduce, the waste of time and try to be more effective. Prioritize the selected pilot use cases and work on data quality and infrastructures and stuff like that. But what would be really your advice, top 10, top 5 things to do to your clients? Says, how do I approach my AI roadmap? What should I do? Where should I start?
So actually, there's a huge advice that comes before all of these things, which is for myself that everyone has to bear in mind that the generative AI is not a threat. It's just an opportunity to embrace. So the sooner every company approach the AI journey, the more they will be able to use it strategically. So the first advice is just don't be scared by generative AI, but really try to understand which are the benefits for your company, and start step by step integrated it just to realize which can be the real benefits for the company and also for the employees. And I think that if they start integrating it in their daily working routine, as we already said, they won't be able to do without it, as it's helping everybody in so many things, and also in making a good and valuable use of everyone's time. So there will be, now we are really leading a hedge in artificial intelligence, but there will be more to come, and so we will have more emerging trends and more things coming. So my really number one advice is start now. So
Yeah.
don't wait, don't wait other time. Don't wait to be 100% sure on how to implement these artificial intelligence things inside your company, but just start now, and I'm sure that everyone will see the real benefits and will understand day after day how to do more and how to be to make a very good use of it.
So adopting the growth mindset, coach.
Exactly. Take the risk,
Experiment.
don't fear of failure, and
Okay.
learn from even from mistakes.
Absolutely, and that's really yeah. But the AI journey, it's really a great advice to marketers. Start soon, start
Yeah,
well, start experimenting and trying to see which area may have a better impact. Pick wins, whatever, but also stick to your strategy. Start with your goals, your
absolutely.
vision, and then try to see how to fit this thing in to optimize the use of that. And finally, Greta, thank you really for your patience and the time, the
Thanks
very
to you.
precious time you're dedicating to this interview. Looking forward, future trends. So this is, I know it's difficult because since OpenAI really, I think it was November 2022, was actually experimenting, launching the ChatGPT, and then of course, then we had the 2023, the first time we started to use it, and then of course all the partnership now that you guys have with OpenAI and the others. So people are getting used to it, and then myself also learning how to use Copilot from your company and other applications from other companies, experimenting. So, but this is evolving so fast. It's really so fast that it's almost difficult to predict what's going to be in 6 months, 12 months. Because I mean, if you read the statistics from the big think tanks, big experts on AI and transformational technology, they say there's going to be, even McKinsey the analysis about the four the expertise that this is going to be growing to huge numbers in the next in the next decade or next few years. So yeah, it's a really very impressive, and we see that a lot, growing very fast. So it's difficult to predict where it's going to go. But what are some of the emerging trends in AI and digital, especially related to digital marketing and to marketing, that you are most excited about today? So if you think about marketing in particular, and Gen AI and marketing, where do you see some of the most exciting trends? Where are they leading to? And what are the latest innovations that are really get you excited, and you say, oh, this is really a turning point, this is really pivotal moment for marketing because of this new innovations?
So as you said, this is a fastly evolving environment. So it's really difficult to answer your question. But what I can say to you, looking ahead, probably the emerging trends in AI and digital marketing that excite me more include advancements, for example, in natural language processing for more conversational AI interactions. also enhance the predictive analytics for better customer insights. And what I really like, and we will see something, the integration of AI with augmented reality and also virtual reality for immersive marketing experiences. So this is especially for some consumer and retail companies. And this innovation, I think, promise to elevate customer engagement and drive even more personalized marketing strategies in the future, which is something that we like. So personalization, but it's also a really tangible trend in the market, because customers also like a lot of personalization. So I think that we will see a lot of good things here. And I'm really
Absolutely.
excited about this.
I'm sure that even, computer vision and many other areas are definitely going to be, especially with connected objects and stuff like that, that's gonna change or revolutionize. Yeah, this is really, yeah, I agree with you about this thing. I'm also very excited about the visual part, videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That there is a lot of creativity that can be done there and improve significantly the creative process and quality and support. So I would like to end this thing saying one thing, that I also using a little bit AI for my activities, the Gen AI. I see the value.
Let me learn from you.
No, I'm just saying that in my little daily activities, I see the value, not only in terms of productivity, but also in terms of creativity. And I see that it's definitely exciting to explore. So my last word of suggestion to people in general would be to be curious, to be curious. Yeah. To be curious, to have that mindset. If I can add to your growth mindset, I would say curiosity. So to be curious enough to learn, to explore, to test, and to see what this thing can do for you, and to just have the courage and the commitment to do that. And so I'm glad that many are doing already that. So I think this is great, and it's helping a lot in many areas, from business to social media to the various activities. So yeah, Greta, this was really very wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'm very pleased they also mentioned that in terms of our responsibility and stustenability, the company is doing a lot. I read things about reaching carbon neutrality goals in the next few years. So there is a lot of, so this is also very important. So I think this is an excellent transformational opportunity, and marketing will be an area in which sales and marketing and CRM, where AI and Gen AI are really already revolutionizing the market. And I think I tend to confirm that even the people I talk to, there's a lot of engagement, and it's growing very fast. So I'm glad that you're confirming all these things. Thank you very, very much for your very precious, insightful, fantastic contributions. And it was really great talking to you again, meeting you again. I really look forward to engaging in new collaborations with you, because I know there is a lot more to learn from this in marketing. But thank you very, very much. We learned a lot.
Thanks a lot to you. For me, it's been a pleasure. And so thanks a lot for this opportunity. There's a lot coming. So we will have the chance to talk again.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.
You too.
Thanks again.
Bye. Bye-bye.